Yung case ni Duterte, I heard he has to appear nga, di ba? Wala na siyang
Yes,
choice.
required po siya under the rules. It's required. The accused shall appear during trial. Kasi para siyang arraignment in some sense. Kasi during the first day of the trial, proper, babasahan po siya ng counts, yung 3 counts na confirmed sa kanya. And then hihingan po siya ng plea niya whether guilty or not guilty. Kaya he's really required to be physically present during the first day or during the first week of the trial proceeding. And even during any day of the trial.
Oh, yeah.
So, kailangan niya magpakita.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Kailangan niya pong magpakita at talagang inaasahan po ng victims na magpakita po siya para hinaharap niya po yung proseso ng hustisya.
Oo. So parang kung iisipin mo in terms of strategy, parang hindi naman nakikita as strategy. So baka gusto lang talaga na magpalit ng abogado, no? Dahil it cannot delay the whole process. Diba?
Oh, it cannot delay. Counsel shall represent the client expeditiously with the purpose of avoiding unnecessary expense or delay in the conduct of the proceedings. So in fact, it's our duty under the Code of Professional Conduct na huwag magkaroon ng undue delay. And also, that's actually one of the rights of the accused, the right against undue delay.
Oh, pero sa Pilipinas kasi tactic yan eh, lalo na ng mga politiko. Yun mismong kinakasuhan yung nagpapa-delay. Tapos at saka nila sasabihin na kailangan ma-dismiss na tong kasong to because of
delay.
it caused too much delay sa client namin. Pero sila yung nagpa-delay, 'di ba?
Yun nga, but it won't work. Kung sila yung cause ng delay, the court will not buy it.
And I think that's the reason kung bakit may mga advantages in doing this International Criminal Court kasi wala na tayong trust halos sa ating local system, 'di ba? Because ito nga mga anecdotal na kwento kung paano nadidelay ang kaso in favor of the powerful. And we're talking of former president who appointed several people in the courts, 'di ba? And of course, yung influence niya, 'di ba? And the fact na binanggit na natin many times dito ni hindi nakapag-gather ng mga evidence against them kasi walang documentation ang mga police dun sa mga kaso na inilalatag sa kanya. Kaya malinaw na hindi mo matatry dito yung mga ganyang kaso. Kaya magpipivot ako dun sa warrant of arrest kay Bato.
Yung kay Duterte, secret. And it was shown to him nung inaaresto na siya. Tapos itong kay Bato, para nang may press release. Ano, what is it the same procedure or is it a Go ahead.
Actually, I think the difference really is how it's being implemented by our domestic authorities. Kasi same lang ng procedure sa ICC. An arrest warrant is a sealed application process. So walang nakakaalam except yung pretrial chamber at the office of the prosecutor. At kung i-transmit na siya, yung mga concerned law enforcement authorities of that state. Now, ang naging issue kasi, ang sinabi kasi ng spokesperson nung weekend is that there's no public arrest warrant. So may nuance yung kanyang sagot, no public. In fact, I think some journalists asked, so is there a secret arrest warrant? So sabi na lang ng spokesperson, we cannot we cannot guess on that, we cannot speculate on that. So siguro mga implications yan kasi talagang style ng ICC. Mas gusto nila na na-implement yung sealed arrest warrant kesa i-broadcast nila at malaman ng subject of the arrest warrant. Kaya I think yun yung nangyari talaga kay Mr. Duterte. Talagang na-implement siya same day na na-receive. Expectation nila kung may umang ICC arrest warrant, i-implement ng madalian. Kagaya po ng kay Mr. Duterte na efficiently implemented. Dapat hindi iba ang pag-implement sa kay Mr. Duterte at kay Senator Bato, dapat pareho lang.
Oo. And yung kay Bato, in-announce ng ombudsman na merong warrant. Kaya siya nawala 6 months from 6 months ago.
Mga November po 'yon. Oo, mga November po 'yon. Oo.
And I don't know why ombudsman would know. Kasi hindi naman siya Hindi mo siya involved, di ba? Di ba?
Well, this is a very interesting country of ours. Oo.
Totoo na yung warrant, yes?
Yes, totoo po. Kasi na-confirm na as of last night, ng
Okay.
ICC na meron ngang in-issue. It just took time, for the public version of the arrest warrant to be posted sa website kasi kailangan pang yung process of unsealing ng pretrial chamber. Pero nung in-unseal na po ng pretrial chamber, yun, nakapost na po sa ICC website. Pwede na nga po nating i-upload at basahin.
Mm-mm. To be clear, no, you're not yet engaged as the lawyer for the victims. Or pareho ba yung victims dito sa case against Bato? O ibang
We're
proseso na naman yan?
engaged. We're appointed po as common legal representative of the victims in the case of prosecutor versus Rodrigo Roa Duterte. So technically doon po kami common legal representative of the victims. Now, technically wala pa pong prosecutor versus Bato de la Rosa, no? Ang meron po ang situation in the Republic of the Philippines. So yan po yung overarching umbrella. At under po sa situation in the Republic of the Philippines, may mga specific cases po. Isa na nga yung prosecutor versus Duterte. Na kung ma-arrest na si Senator Bato, ang next step po niyan ay magfa-file po ng document containing the charges, yung Office of the Prosecutor. Parang baliktad po siya dito sa ating domestic procedures. Dito kasi, information muna, tsaka i-arrest. Sa ICC baliktad. Arrest muna, dahil sa arrest warrant, tsaka fa-file ng document containing the charges. So yun na pong technically yung prosecutor versus De La Rosa.
Next. Ang argument ng majority sa Senate ay they will only recognize local warrants coming from local courts. Hindi daw sa foreign court, which is the word they always use. So hindi mo raw
Okay,
ma-arrest
actually
ang
that's
Bato.
wrong. That's wrong on two grounds. Number one, the ICC is not a foreign court. It's not the court of another sovereign state. The ICC is a permanent international criminal court established by the community of states. So yun, international criminal court po siya, hindi siya foreign court. Ikalawa po, if we look at yung Bill of Rights sa Article 3, Section 2, the probable cause to be determined is by the judge. It doesn't say na Philippine judge. Now, why is that significant? Kasi if you relate that with our articles of principles and state policies sa Article 2, sa Section 2, the Philippines adopts generally accepted principles of international law as part of the law of the land. And in fact, its international law provides na crimes against humanity is a prohibited crime. Oo, international crime po siya, and its prohibition, in fact, it's the highest protected norm in international law. Kaya kung i-relate po natin yan, sa very specific context na international crime, yung arrest warrant against kay Senator Bato, dapat na implement din po siya dito sa Philippines. Dahil it was actually issued by an international criminal tribunal.
Yes. Pero, just to let everyone know, in case di nyo napapansin, yung talagang sinasabi nila all the time. Sinasabi na galing sa foreign court. Kaya hindi sila bibigay.
And that's why we're saying fake news spreader. Yung mga nagsasabi niyan, particularly Senator Marcoleta.
And Robin Padilla.
Yeah.
Yung script nila.
I'm actually wondering whether they're intentionally doing it or
hindi lang talaga
na alam.
But they should be able to to find out kung abogado ka.
Diba? Yun na nga So kung abogado ka, like Marcoleta, you would know, diba? But then, intentionally spreading something that is incorrect, means spreader ng fake news siya,
Yeah.
si
I know.
Senator Marcoleta. And yan yung sinasabi nila para yung mga trolls nila dito can just copy-paste what they're saying and pretend to be expert on something that they're not. Diba? Kasama doon sa mga taga-copy-paste si Robin Padilla.
Fake law spreader. Yung dalawang yun eh. Then
Diba?
they are saying na hindi pwede mag-effect daw ng arrest sa Senate.
Actually, context is very important. Kasi yung context dito, he's being arrested for an international crime. In fact, it's not just a crime in one state. It's a crime all over the world. And in fact, we recognize it as a crime under Republic Act 9851. Sa RA 9851 na pinasa po ng Senado at ng House noong December 2009, Section 17 po provides, again, this is not the, I'm paraphrasing, in the interest of justice, if there's an investigation or a prosecution before an international tribunal and that person is here in the Philippines, that person can be surrendered by Philippine authorities to the International Tribunal. And what's significant about this, it was passed December 2009 when the Philippines was not yet a state party to the Rome Statute. Kaya pinangunahan na po ng Senado at ng House, kahit hindi po tayo state party sa Rome Statute, pinangunahan na nila na pwede pong isurrender kasi specific context po ito eh. So I think siguro ganito na lang po, let's be normative, let's be principle based kasi ang nawawala po sa usapan dito yung mga biktima po ng war on drugs. They yearn for justice, they yearn for the truth, and those are rights under international law. And in fact, the victims really expect that the ICC arrest warrant should be served by the
Implemented.
Philippine government. Kaya in the interest of justice, yung pong nakalagay sa RA 9851 is sana po implement na ng executive at sana po ang Senado natin mag-isip-isip po sila na wag pong gawing safe haven po ang Senate premises for someone who has an arrest warrant for an international crime.
Kaso, what do you expect from a Senate that is a safe haven of not just people accused of criminal acts, but also of corrupt activities? And most of them is with the majority.
Yeah.
Attorney
Yun nga
Gilbert, siguro...
So, kailangan din ng...
Go ahead.
Yung freedom of speech, kailangan din i-exercise ng citizens of good faith.
Attorney Gilbert, one last siguro na question is, what do you say dun sa mga Filipinos na nagsasabing traidor ka or anti-Filipino ka dahil pinapadala mo sa ibang bansa yung mga kababayan mong katulad ni Bato at ni dating Presidente Duterte? As a last question siguro.
Actually, pro-Filipino po kami. Kasi gusto po namin ng hustisya sa mga kapwa Pilipino po nating pinatay at pinaslang sa ilalim po ng war on drugs. At bilang Pilipino, gusto ko po ng safe na Pilipinas po. Ayaw po nating patayan. Ayaw po natin ng international crime. Opo, kaya I think I'm really very pro-Filipino in standing for justice and the truth for the victims of the war on
I agree.
drugs.
Very nicely said.